The red fox is a creature of remarkable intelligence and adaptability, a silent observer of the wild world, moving with purpose and grace through landscapes that challenge and inspire. From the dense, shadowy forests where sunlight filters through ancient trees, to the arid stretches of desert where only the most resourceful survive, and the rolling grasslands that sway with the wind, the red fox has carved out a place for itself on nearly every continent, everywhere except the frozen expanse of Antarctica. Its fiery orange coat glows like a living ember against the green and gold of the wild, and its bushy tail, tipped with white, is both a banner and a tool, used for balance, warmth, and communication. The fox's eyes, sharp and unblinking, miss nothing. They reflect the cunning and curiosity that have made this animal a legend in the wild, a symbol of wit and resourcefulness in countless tales whispered by the wind. The fox moves with a quiet confidence, its paws barely making a sound on the forest floor, its body weaving through undergrowth and over snowdrifts, or slipping through the shadows of moonlit meadows. Whether navigating the tangled roots of ancient woods, the open silence of the tundra, or the edge of wild grasslands, the fox is always alert, always calculating. Its survival depends on its ability to adapt, to solve problems on the fly. A fallen log becomes a bridge, a tangle of brambles a hiding place, a puzzle of rocks and roots a challenge to be overcome. The fox's mind is always working, always searching for the next opportunity, the next meal, the next safe place to rest. Beneath its beautiful coat lies a body built for speed and agility. Muscles ripple beneath the fur as the fox stretches before a hunt, every movement precise and efficient. When the moment comes, the fox can explode into motion, reaching speeds of up to 30 miles per hour. This burst of speed is a lifeline, whether chasing down a darting vole or fleeing from a larger predator. It is also a master of the leap, able to clear high obstacles with a single bound, its body arching gracefully through the air before landing silently on the other side. The fox is a skilled digger, its paws strong and nimble. With patience and determination, it carves out elaborate dens beneath the earth, hidden sanctuaries where it can rest, raise its young, and shelter from storms. These dens are often complex, with multiple entrances and winding tunnels, a testament to the fox's ingenuity. Its slender, flexible body allows it to slip through the narrowest of gaps, squeezing between rocks or under tangled roots, finding safety and opportunity where others see only barriers. With every step, the fox demonstrates a remarkable agility, leaping over fallen branches, darting across rocky outcrops, and weaving through the wild with a dancer's grace. It is an animal built for opportunity, pausing often to scan its surroundings, weighing its options, and choosing its path with care. But what truly sets the fox apart is its mind. Behind those bright, intelligent eyes is a brain that excels at learning, remembering, and adapting. The fox is not merely a creature of instinct. It pauses, considers and observes, learning from every experience, every success, and every failure. Foxes have been observed solving complex problems, remembering the locations of hidden food caches for weeks or even months, and returning to them when the time is right. They map their territories with precision, marking boundaries and memorizing the safest trails, the richest hunting grounds, and the places where danger might lurk. The fox's diet is as varied as the landscapes it inhabits. It is an opportunistic feeder, adapting its menu to the changing seasons and the bounty of its environment. In the spring and summer, it stalks the tall grasses for mice and voles, its ears tuned to the faintest rustle. It will leap to snatch a bird from the underbrush or dig patiently for insects beneath the soil. When berries ripen or fruit falls from the trees, the fox is quick to take advantage, supplementing its diet with nature's sweet offerings. This omnivorous approach ensures that the fox can find nourishment in almost any situation, from the abundance of summer to the lean times of winter. Whether exploring the rugged heights of a mountain wilderness or the quiet edges of a meadow at dusk, the fox's life is a constant dance of challenge and ingenuity. It is a creature that lives on the edge, always watching, always learning, always adapting to the shifting rhythms of the wild, To understand the fox is to witness a story of resilience and intelligence, a delicate balance between survival and opportunity, played out in the quiet places where the wild still reigns. In the chapters ahead, we will journey deeper into the secret life of this enigmatic animal, exploring its unique hunting strategies, its surprising social bonds, and its ongoing quest to survive and thrive in a world that is ever-changing, yet always wild at heart. At the heart of a fox's survival is its extraordinary mastery of the senses, a symphony of perception that guides every step, every leap, and every decision in the wild. The fox's world is alive with signals invisible and inaudible to most creatures. Its senses do not simply function, they collaborate, weaving together a tapestry of information that allows the fox to thrive in even the harshest environments. The fox's most formidable tool is its hearing. Those large, pointed ears are marvels of evolution, swiveling independently like finely tuned instruments, capturing the faintest tremor of sound from all directions. In the hush of a snowy forest or the rustle of autumn leaves, the fox can detect the subtle scurry of a mouse beneath layers of earth and foliage. Even the muffled tunneling of a vole nearly a meter under the snow is not beyond its reach. With each sound, the fox builds a mental map, an invisible landscape of movement and life beneath the surface. Its mind calculates, triangulates, and pinpoints, transforming the unseen into the known. When the moment is right, the fox's body tenses, every muscle coiled in anticipation. It is ready to perform one of nature's most dramatic hunting displays, the mousing leap. The fox becomes a statue, head cocked, ears quivering, every sense focused on the hidden prey below. Time seems to pause as it listens for the perfect moment. Then, in a breathtaking burst, the fox launches itself high into the air, arching gracefully before plunging nose first into the snow or undergrowth. This leap is a blend of precision, power, and instinct, an ancient dance perfected over millennia. The impact is calculated, the arc measured to break through the surface and pin the prey below. Snow flies and the fox emerges triumphant, its senses having guided it unerringly to its hidden quarry. Each leap is a testament to the fox's ability to judge distance, depth, and timing with astonishing accuracy, a living example of nature's engineering at its finest. But the fox's senses are not limited to hunting. Its intelligence and adaptability are legendary, allowing it to read the landscape and seize every opportunity. In the wild, a fox may trail behind massive animals, watching and waiting as they move through deep snow. As these giants forge paths, their heavy steps reveal the hidden tunnels of rodents beneath the snow, exposing a feast for the patient fox. The fox, ever observant, follows in their wake, plucking out the newly exposed prey with minimal effort, a masterclass in opportunistic survival. This ability to interpret the actions of other creatures and turn them to its advantage is a mark of true intelligence, far surpassing simple instinct. The fox's mind is always at work, scanning, calculating, and adapting, an ever-vigilant strategist in the endless game of survival. Beyond the hunt, the fox's senses and memory serve another purpose: planning for the future. Through a behavior known as caching, the fox stores surplus food, ensuring survival when times are lean. A vixen may spend days or weeks gathering eggs, not to consume them immediately, but to hide them in secret locations scattered across her territory. Guided by an extraordinary memory and a keen sense of smell, she will return to these hidden larders, retrieving each cache with remarkable precision, even beneath a blanket of snow. This foresight, this ability to plan and remember, is a testament to the fox's intelligence and adaptability, a true symphony of senses, orchestrated for survival in a world of endless challenge and opportunity. Deep within the silent forests and snowy fields, the fox moves with a purpose that seems almost mystical. One of the most astonishing discoveries about the fox's hunting prowess involves a sense that is almost alien to us, an ability that allows the fox to read the invisible lines of the earth itself. Beyond its legendary hearing, the fox appears to possess a magnetic sense, a hidden faculty that lets it tap into the planet's magnetic field. Scientists have observed a fascinating pattern in its mousing behavior. The fox, with every careful step, seems to be guided by more than just sound or scent. When a fox pounces on prey hidden beneath a thick blanket of snow or tangled undergrowth, it has a much higher success rate if it aligns its leap in a northeasterly direction. This is not random. It's a precise calculation honed by evolution. It seems the fox is using the Earth's magnetic field as a targeting system, a natural compass that helps it pinpoint its prey with uncanny accuracy, even when the prey is completely hidden from view. This remarkable ability is thought to work like a rangefinder. The fox measures the distance to its unseen target, not just by sound, but by aligning itself with the magnetic field. The fox may actually perceive the Earth's magnetic field as a visual pattern or shadow on its retina, a subtle overlay that becomes strongest when it faces magnetic north. This shadow, invisible to all but the fox, guides its every move. By aligning the faint rustle of its prey with this internal magnetic shadow, the fox can calculate the exact distance to its target before it leaps, ensuring its pounce is swift and true. When the fox launches itself along this north-south axis, its strike is successful around 75% of the time, a testament to the precision of its natural compass. However, when it pounces in any other direction, its success rate drops dramatically, as if the invisible guidance of the magnetic field fades away. This suggests that the magnetic sense is a crucial tool for hunting in the most challenging conditions, when sight and sound alone are not enough. But this internal compass is not just for hunting. It is woven into the very fabric of the fox's daily life. While its most dramatic use is in calculating the distance of a pounce, the magnetic sense likely plays a broader role, helping the fox navigate its world, explore new territories, and avoid danger. This ability to sense magnetic fields could be vital for navigation, allowing the fox to move confidently through forests, fields, and across open landscapes, even when landmarks are hidden by snow or darkness. It might help foxes orient themselves within their vast territories, ensuring they never lose their way, no matter how far they roam. The magnetic sense may guide them back to their dens, threading a path through the undergrowth and snowdrifts to the safety of home. For young foxes setting out alone, this sense could be the key to surviving long journeys, helping them find new territories and avoid getting lost in the vast wilderness. It is an invisible sense, a silent guide that leads the fox through fog, darkness, and the unknown, shaping every step it takes. The existence of this magnetic sense places the fox among a select group of animals, like migratory birds and sea turtles, who navigate the world using the Earth's magnetic poles, each in their own mysterious way. It is a profound reminder that the fox's perception of the world is layered with senses we can scarcely imagine. The fox's world is alive with sounds we cannot hear and invisible forces we cannot feel, a realm of hidden cues and silent signals. This secret sense adds another layer of complexity and wonder to the fox, revealing it to be even more exquisitely adapted to its environment than we ever imagined, a creature perfectly attuned to the rhythms of the wild. The fox is a hunter guided by the very planet itself, moving through the world with a secret compass that only it can truly know. In recent decades, the red fox has embarked on one of its boldest adventures yet, venturing into the heart of our towns and cities, transforming the urban landscape into a new kind of wilderness. In some regions, as many as 35% of all red foxes now make their homes within city limits. This remarkable shift is a testament to their extraordinary adaptability and resourcefulness. The concrete jungle, with its maze of alleys, towering buildings, and hidden green spaces, has become a thriving habitat for these cunning survivors. Urban foxes are not a separate breed, but the same clever opportunists that once roamed wild meadows and dense forests. Now, They apply their age-old instincts to a world of concrete, glass, and steel. With nimble paws and sharp senses, they weave through the labyrinth of roads, slip between garden fences, and dart down shadowy alleyways, moving with the same confidence they once displayed in the wild. The secret to their urban success lies in the abundance of food. Every night the city offers a banquet of possibilities, from scraps left behind to the bounty of overflowing bins. The city's endless supply of discarded food and edible waste has created a paradise for these omnivorous scavengers who have learned to sniff out a meal in the most unlikely places. Night after night, foxes feast on leftovers, gnawing on bones from discarded containers, or rummaging through bins for a forgotten morsel, their keen noses guiding them to hidden treats. This constant supply of high-calorie food means that urban foxes often grow plumper and healthier than their rural cousins, who must travel far and wide to find enough to eat. As a result, the city can support a much higher density of foxes. In some pockets, as many as 30 individuals may share a single square kilometre, a concentration rarely seen in the wild. The city's rhythm has shaped the fox's behaviour in subtle but profound ways. As dusk falls, foxes emerge from their hidden dens, their eyes glinting in the glow of streetlights as they survey their territory. They have become creatures of the night, slipping through the city's quiet streets under the cover of darkness, timing their movements to avoid the day's chaos. Over time, foxes have learned the city's patterns, when bins are filled, when food is most likely to be found, and which routes offer the safest passage between their favourite foraging spots. Their territories have shrunk as the city's rich pickings mean they no longer need to roam far. A single block or a cluster of gardens can provide all they need. For shelter, foxes have become masters of urban architecture. They slip beneath garden sheds, burrow into railway embankments, or nestle in the tangled undergrowth of forgotten parks, turning the city's nooks and crannies into safe havens. Living so close to the constant hum of the city, foxes have grown more tolerant of the sights and sounds that once would have sent them fleeing. While they remain alert and cautious, many urban foxes now watch the world from the shadows, their golden eyes calmly assessing every movement, every sound. Occasionally, a fox will venture out in daylight, padding silently across a patch of grass or pausing to sniff the air, confident in its ability to melt away at the first sign of danger. This behavior is not born of aggression, but of careful calculation, a constant weighing of risks and rewards in a world full of surprises. The urban fox has become a master of adaptation, blending seamlessly into the city's fabric, thriving in the shadows and corners, and carving out a secret life in the heart of the concrete jungle. The city, with its endless maze of alleys and hidden corners, offers foxes a banquet of discarded food and secret places to hide. Yet beneath this surface of abundance a world of peril lurks, one that tests every instinct and adaptation these clever animals possess. The most relentless danger is the ever-present threat of traffic. For a fox, the city's roads are rivers of light and noise, unpredictable and deadly. Each journey across these asphalt rivers is a test of nerve and timing. Foxes must pause, ears pricked and bodies low, calculating the perfect moment to dash across. One misjudgment and the consequences are often fatal. Many foxes bear the scars of these encounters. Broken limbs, shattered hips, and deep bruises are common, and for a creature whose survival depends on speed and agility, such injuries can mean the end. A fox with a limp is a fox in constant danger, unable to hunt, unable to flee, and often left behind by its kin. The ceaseless roar of engines and the glare of headlights are a nightly ordeal. Foxes must learn to move with the shadows, their senses sharpened by the ever-present risk. But the dangers of the city are not only physical. Disease stalks the urban fox, and none is more devastating than sarcoptic mange. This cruel affliction begins with a single mite, invisible to the eye, burrowing deep into the fox's skin. The itching is relentless, driving the fox to scratch and bite at its own fur until patches fall away, leaving raw, exposed flesh. As the disease progresses, thick crusts form over the wounds. The fox, once sleek and agile, becomes gaunt and distracted, pausing constantly to scratch, its energy sapped by the constant torment. Hunger gnaws at the sick fox, but hunting becomes nearly impossible. Exhaustion sets in, and the animal is forced to rest more often, its body growing weaker with each passing day. Dehydration and secondary infections soon follow. Open sores attract flies and bacteria, compounding the suffering. Without relief, mange is a slow, agonizing death sentence. In the close quarters of the city, where foxes share dens and trails, the disease spreads like wildfire. A single infected fox can pass the mites to its entire family, and soon whole groups are afflicted. Dens that once echoed with the playful yips of cubs fall silent. The city's hidden corners become graveyards for those too weak to survive. Over the past quarter-century, the toll has been immense. In some areas, the red fox population has plummeted by half. The victims of disease, injury, and the relentless pressure of urban life, the shrinking patches of wildness within the city, offer little refuge. As green spaces vanish, foxes are forced into ever smaller territories, increasing competition and stress. Every shadow holds a threat, every unfamiliar scent a warning. The fox must remain ever vigilant, its life a delicate balance between risk and reward. Even when food is found, it is often in exposed, dangerous places. The constant need to scavenge leaves foxes vulnerable to injury and disease, and the stress of survival shortens their lives. The fox's world is one of constant calculation: when to move, where to hide, how to avoid the next threat. Every night is a new test of endurance and cunning. Despite their resilience, the toll is visible. Foxes rest in hidden gardens and overgrown lots, their bodies thin, their eyes wary, their coats often patchy and dull. The city's relentless expansion and the ever-present waste reshape the world the foxes must navigate, forcing them to adapt in ways their ancestors never imagined. The sick, the injured, and the struggling are the silent witnesses to the harsh realities of urban survival. Each fox's story is a testament to the challenges of this hidden world. For the urban fox, every dawn brings a new battle. Their survival is a daily struggle against dangers both seen and unseen, a testament to their remarkable resilience in a world that is as unforgiving as it is full of opportunity. In the heart of the city, where concrete and traffic dominate the landscape, foxes face a world of hidden dangers and unexpected challenges. Yet, for those who find themselves injured, sick, or orphaned, there exists a quiet sanctuary, a place where the wild is given a second chance. When a fox is found in distress, its journey to recovery begins in a calm, protected space. Here, the animal is shielded from the noise and chaos of the city, surrounded instead by the gentle rustle of leaves and the soft earth beneath its paws. Each fox is given time to rest and recover, its injuries quietly tended to. A fox with a broken leg may spend weeks in a secluded pen, learning to walk again, while another suffering from mange finds relief as its fur slowly grows back, the itching subsiding with each passing day. The process is slow and patient. In the safety of their enclosures, foxes regain their strength, relearning the rhythms of the wild. They stretch, explore, and mark their territory, their senses sharpening as they prepare for the day they will return home. When the time comes, the fox is released at the very edge of its old territory. The air is thick with familiar scents, and the fox pauses, ears pricked, before vanishing into the world it knows best, its home, waiting for its return. For orphaned cubs, the journey is different. Alone and vulnerable, they are brought together with others, forming a makeshift family. In their shared enclosure they play, tussle, and learn the subtle cues of fox society. their bonds growing stronger with each day. As they grow, the cubs are moved to larger, more natural spaces. Here they learn to hunt, to hide, and to navigate the ever-changing world outside. The wind carries new scents, and the cubs practice the skills they will need to survive on their own. The process is gentle and respectful, always mindful of the fox's wild instincts. With time, the cubs grow confident and independent, ready to face the world beyond the safety of their sanctuary. Whether adult or cub, each fox's journey is unique, but for all, the goal is the same. A return to the wild, to the life that calls to them from beyond the fence, a life of freedom, challenge, and the endless possibility of the city's hidden corners. Foxes are often imagined as solitary wanderers, but beneath the surface their lives are woven with intricate social bonds and hidden rituals, all centered around the mysterious heart of their world, the den. At the core of every fox family is the vixen and her cubs, forming a tight-knit unit that thrives on cooperation and subtle communication. Each spring, the vixen seeks out a secluded spot, often a tangle of roots or a hollow beneath an ancient tree, to dig her den, known as an earth. This underground labyrinth is carefully constructed with multiple entrances and winding tunnels that provide both safety and escape routes. Deep within this hidden sanctuary, she gives birth to her litter. The newborn cubs, blind and deaf, are utterly helpless, relying on their mother's warmth and milk to survive the first fragile weeks of life. The den is kept meticulously clean, with the vixen removing waste and debris to protect her young from disease. The dog fox, or father, is a silent guardian. He patrols the territory and hunts tirelessly, bringing back food for the vixen so she can remain with the cubs. His arrivals are often quiet, marked by a soft whine or a gentle nudge at the den entrance, signaling the delivery of a fresh meal. As the cubs grow, their curiosity draws them toward the light at the den's mouth. One by one, they begin to emerge, blinking at the world beyond, their senses awakening to the scents and sounds of the wild. Outside, the den becomes a stage for learning. The cubs tumble and chase, their play a rehearsal for the challenges of adulthood. Every pounce, every mock fight hones their reflexes and teaches them the subtle cues of fox communication. These games are more than simple amusement. Through playful wrestling and gentle nips, the cubs establish hierarchies, test boundaries, and learn the rules that will govern their future interactions. The den's surroundings echo with their yips and growls, each movement building strength and coordination. The lessons learned here are vital, for only the most skilled and adaptable will survive when they eventually leave the safety of the earth. The vixen and dog fox keep a watchful eye, ever alert for danger. Sometimes, older siblings from previous litters remain as helpers, standing guard and even bringing food, their presence adding another layer of protection and social learning for the young. In rare moments, the den becomes the center of a larger family gathering. Multiple adults may interact, sharing grooming and gentle touches, reinforcing bonds that can last a lifetime. Occasionally, two vixens, often a mother and her grown daughter, will share a den, raising their litters together. This communal denning is a rare strategy, born from necessity when safe den sites are scarce. Within these crowded quarters, cooperation and competition exist side by side. The vixens share the duties of feeding, grooming and protecting the cubs, their teamwork increasing the odds of survival for all. The den's location is always chosen with care, often hidden in tangled undergrowth or beneath thick brambles, offering shelter from predators and the elements. In areas where space is limited, foxes adapt, squeezing into the smallest of refugees to keep their young safe. The shared responsibilities of motherhood, grooming, feeding, and teaching create a web of support. Each adult's vigilance and care is crucial, for the den is both sanctuary and battleground. Yet life in such close quarters can bring tension. The den, while a place of safety, can also become a crucible where the harshest realities of nature play out. sometimes tragedy strikes. In the struggle for survival, a cub may perish, whether from illness, injury, or the actions of another fox. The loss is felt deeply within the family, a somber reminder of the fragility of life. In rare and somber moments, the adults may consume the body of a lost cub. This act, though difficult to witness, serves a vital purpose in the wild. By recycling the nutrients, the family ensures that nothing is wasted. It is a pragmatic response, born of necessity, that helps sustain the living and keeps the den free from the scent of death. The den is kept immaculate. Adults remove remains and debris, scrupulously cleaning the area to prevent disease and to avoid attracting unwanted attention from other predators. In this way, the secrets of the den are preserved, hidden beneath the earth, known only to those who call it home. Deep within the tangled roots of a hidden den, the next generation of foxes begins its journey. The education of a fox cub is a hands-on and intensive process, led by the patient instruction of its parents. From the moment their eyes first open to the dappled light filtering through the undergrowth, the cubs are immersed in a world of lessons. Survival skills are not just instinctual. They must be taught and refined through observation and practice. The cubs watch their parents with rapt attention, mimicking every movement, every cautious step, every flick of the ear that signals danger or opportunity. A mother fox, for example, might bring a large goose egg back to the den, her jaws careful not to crack the delicate shell. The cubs gather around, their noses twitching with anticipation, eager to discover what treasure she has brought. Rather than simply breaking it open for her cubs, she will demonstrate the correct technique for cracking the tough shell, showing them how to apply pressure in just the right way. Her patience is unwavering as she repeats the process, allowing the cubs to try, fail, and try again. The cubs watch intently, learning a valuable lesson about how to access a new and nutritious food source. Each attempt, whether successful or not, is met with encouragement from their mother, who nudges them gently, urging them to persist. The parents also teach their young about the dangers of the world. Every rustle in the undergrowth, every distant call, becomes a lesson in vigilance. They will introduce the cubs to different scents and sounds, teaching them what to fear and what to ignore. The cubs learn to freeze at the warning flick of a tail, to crouch low when danger is near, and to move silently through the underbrush. In one remarkable observation, a fox was seen stalking a young ibex that had become separated from its mother on a steep cliffside. The cubs, hidden among the rocks, watched as their parent demonstrated the art of patience and stealth. The young ibex, however, had clearly been taught well. It stood its ground, alert and poised, every muscle ready to spring into action. It used its superior climbing ability to scramble onto a sheer rock face where the fox could not follow, demonstrating a learned survival strategy passed down from its own kind. The fox, in turn, learned a lesson about the limits of its own abilities, and the cubs absorbed the importance of both persistence and knowing when to retreat. This learning process continues as the cubs grow older and begin to join their parents on hunting trips. Each outing is a new chapter in their education, filled with challenges and discoveries. They start by catching small insects and worms around the den, before progressing to more challenging prey. Every wriggling beetle and elusive worm is a test of their developing skills. They learn by watching their parents' techniques, the silent stalk, the patient wait, and the explosive pounce. The adults demonstrate, then step back, allowing the cubs to try for themselves. Each failed attempt is a lesson, and each successful catch builds confidence. The den echoes with playful yips and triumphant barks as the cubs celebrate their victories and learn from their mistakes. The parents provide security, allowing the cubs to make mistakes in a relatively safe environment before they must face the world alone. Their watchful eyes never stray far, ready to intervene at the first sign of real danger. It is an apprenticeship in the art of being a fox. The cubs learn not only how to hunt, but also how to interact with one another, forging bonds that will shape their future lives. Ultimately, The goal of this parental care is to prepare the cubs for dispersal. As the days grow longer and the cubs stronger, they begin to explore the edges of their territory, testing their independence. As they approach adulthood, the young foxes must leave their home territory to find a place of their own. The moment of departure is bittersweet, marked by hesitation and hope. This is a perilous time in a fox's life. Alone for the first time, each step into the unknown is fraught with risk and possibility. Armed with the lessons their parents have taught them, they must venture into the unknown, navigate unfamiliar landscapes, and compete with established adult foxes for space and resources. Every encounter is a test of their wits and courage. The quality of their early education and the skills they have mastered will directly determine their chances of surviving this challenging transition and raising a family of their own one day. In the secret life of foxes, the cycle of learning and teaching never ends, ensuring the survival of the species in even the most unpredictable environments. The red fox is a survivor, a creature of profound intelligence and breathtaking adaptability. In the quiet hush of dawn, it slips through the undergrowth, every sense attuned to the world around it. Its eyes catch the faintest movement, its ears turn to the softest rustle, and its nose reads the stories left behind by the night. From the ancient forests to the heart of our cities, the fox has learned to read the land as a living map. It uses the Earth's magnetic field as a guide, aligning its pounce with invisible lines of force, a secret navigation system honed over millennia. In the wild, it stalks through tall grass, every step measured, every breath held, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Yet life for the fox is not only about cunning and opportunity. It is a daily struggle against hunger, cold, and the ever-present threat of larger predators. Storms sweep across open fields, and the fox must find shelter, curling into itself beneath tangled roots or dense brambles waiting for the world to calm. The fox is both hunter and scavenger, a master of adaptation. In the wild meadows it leaps high to catch a mouse hidden beneath the snow. In the tangled woods it follows the scent of carrion, cleaning the land of what is left behind. Every meal is hard-won, every day a test of skill and resilience. Where foxes thrive, the land is alive. Their presence signals a healthy, balanced ecosystem, where prey and predator exist in delicate harmony. In the heart of the woods, young foxes tumble and play, learning the ways of the wild from their elders. Their games a rehearsal for the challenges to come. Even in the shadow of towering buildings, the fox finds a way. It moves silently along forgotten paths, slipping through the cracks of the human world. A ghost in the city night. It is not a pest, but a vital thread in the tapestry of life, weaving wildness into the heart of the urban landscape. The fox faces dangers, both old and new. Disease and starvation haunt the wild, while in the city the threats are different. Poisoned food, polluted streams, and the ever-present risk of injury. Yet the fox endures, its spirit unbroken, its will to survive undimmed. Each night the fox returns to its territory, marking the boundaries with scent, patrolling the familiar trails. It knows every hollow, every hiding place, every whisper of danger on the wind. Its world is a patchwork of opportunity and risk, a living testament to the art of survival. The fox is a keystone shaping the world around it. As a predator, it keeps rodent populations in check, ensuring the balance of the land. As a scavenger, it cleans the earth, consuming what others leave behind, preventing the spread of disease and decay. The fox asks for little: space to roam, a world unspoiled, the freedom to live by its own rules. It does not seek our help, only our respect, and the chance to remain wild. To watch a fox is to glimpse the untamed heart of the world, to remember that wildness still exists, even at the edges of our own lives. The fox is a reminder that we share this earth with creatures whose lives are as rich and complex as our own. In the golden light of evening, a fox stands on a hill, watching the world below. It is a symbol of resilience, of mystery, and of the enduring power of nature. By allowing the fox to thrive, we ensure that the wild spirit of the land endures, enriching our world with its presence now and for generations to come. In the secret world of the fox, communication is an art woven from many threads. When dusk falls and the shadows lengthen, the air comes alive with the complex language of the fox, an intricate tapestry of sound, movement, and scent. Vocalizations are the most haunting. A fox's bark pierces the night, sharp and echoing, a call that can travel for miles. These barks are not random. They signal territory, warn rivals, or call out to lost family members. In the early hours, a vixen's scream rings out, eerie and wild, announcing her presence to would-be mates. Kits, tucked safely in their den, chirp and whimper, their tiny voices summoning comfort or food from attentive parents. But sound is only part of the story. Body language speaks in silence. A raised tail might signal dominance, while a submissive fox lowers its body, ears flattened, eyes averted. During play, kits leap and bow, their bodies loose and fluid, signaling trust and invitation. When danger lurks, a fox freezes, fur bristling, every muscle poised, ready to vanish at the slightest hint of threat. Scent, too, is a language all its own. Glands near the tail and paws leave invisible messages along hidden trails and well-worn paths. A single drop of musk can warn rivals to stay away or guide a mate home. By urinating on rocks or tufts of grass, a fox marks the boundaries of its world, laying down a chemical map that endures long after the fox has moved on. Every gesture, every sound, every trace of scent forms a symphony of meaning. Through these subtle cues, foxes navigate the complexities of family life, defend their territory, and find their place in the world. In the hush of the wild, the language of the fox endures, ancient, mysterious, and endlessly expressive. When twilight drapes the land, the fox emerges, a silent hunter shaped by its environment, whether deep in woodland or the heart of the city. The fox's diet is a testament to its adaptability, ever-changing with the seasons and the landscape it calls home. In the countryside, a rural fox glides through tall grasses and hedgerows, ears attuned to the faintest rustle. With the practiced patience of a seasoned predator, it stalks field mice and voles, freezing mid-step as it pinpoints its prey. Then, with a sudden, arcing leap, the fox pounces, landing with precision, jaws closing around its quarry. On luckier nights, a rural fox may uncover a rabbit warren or stumble upon a nest of ground-nesting birds, eggs nestled in the soft earth. Insects, berries, and fallen fruit also find their way into the rural fox's varied menu, especially when larger prey is scarce. Urban foxes, meanwhile, have mastered the art of city foraging. Under the orange glow of streetlights, they slip between rows of bins and tangled alleyways, noses twitching at the scent of discarded food. A dropped sandwich or half-eaten pizza becomes a banquet, and scraps left by other animals are scavenged with equal enthusiasm. Yet, even here, hunting instincts remain sharp. Urban foxes stalk rats and pigeons, their movements swift and calculated amidst the maze of concrete and shadow. Both rural and urban foxes are opportunists, and their cleverness extends beyond the hunt. When food is plentiful, a fox will cache its surplus, digging small holes with nimble paws to bury morsels for leaner times. A rural fox may hide a plump mouse beneath a tangle of roots, while an urban fox stashes a chicken bone in a quiet corner of a garden. These hidden larders are marked with scent and memory, ensuring the fox can return when hunger calls. Through ingenuity and adaptability, foxes have learned to thrive wherever they roam. Their diverse diet and resourceful techniques are a quiet marvel of survival, an endless balancing act between opportunity and need, played out under open sky and city lights alike. Beneath the moonlit canopy, or in the hush of a city garden, the secret society of foxes unfolds. A world rarely glimpsed, yet rich with subtle order and complex bonds. While foxes are often thought of as solitary wanderers, their lives are woven with intricate threads of family and hierarchy. At the heart of this hidden world is the vixen, the mother, whose den becomes the center of all activity during the breeding season. She is joined by the dog fox, the male partner, whose loyalty to the family can be unwavering. Together, they form the core pair, but their story does not end there. In some territories, older siblings from previous litters linger, lending a helping paw as helpers, a behavior seen especially when food is abundant or the territory is prime. These helpers stand guard at the den, bring food to the nursing vixen, and even play with the latest litter, passing down lessons in stalking, pouncing, and play fighting. Hierarchy within a fox family is subtle but significant. The dominant pair leads decisions on territory and food, their authority established through gentle nips, body language, and the nuanced dance of fox communication. Subordinate foxes, often younger or less experienced, defer with lowered tails and submissive postures, keeping the peace and ensuring the group functions as one. Yet the ties that bind are not just about dominance, they are about cooperation and trust. Fox families share warmth in the den on chilly nights, groom one another to reinforce social bonds, and communicate with a vocabulary of yips, whines, and tail flicks. Every gesture, every sound cements their unity, allowing them to thrive in a world of shifting challenges. As the kits grow, the structure shifts. Helpers may move on to seek their own territory or remain to support the next generation. The cycle of leadership, support, and kinship continues, a quiet testament to the fox's adaptability, not just as an individual but as a member of a remarkably social and resilient clan. As the wheel of the year turns, the fox's world transforms, each season ushering in new challenges and opportunities, calling forth remarkable adaptations in both behavior and strategy. Spring arrives with a chorus of birdsong and the scent of renewal. For the fox, it is a time of abundance and responsibility. The vixen, nursing her newborn kits, rarely leaves the den, relying on her mate and any helpers to bring food. The dog fox ventures farther afield, his keen senses tuned to the stirrings of rodents and the fluttering of ground-nesting birds. With prey plentiful, the family's energy is focused on growth and play. Young kits learn the art of stealth in tall grass and hone their reflexes with mock chases, preparing for the world beyond the den. As summer unfolds, the landscape grows lush but unpredictable. The kits, now bolder, begin to explore. Food remains abundant, but competition intensifies, not just among siblings, but with other families. Foxes become more territorial, marking boundaries with scent and sharp barks. Insects hum in the warm air, and the fox's diet expands. Berries, fallen fruit, and even beetles supplement their meals. The family's social bonds are tested as independence beckons the young, and the adults balance nurturing with discipline. Autumn paints the world in gold and crimson, signaling change. Prey grows wary, and daylight wanes. The fox's coat thickens, its color deepening to blend with the fallen leaves. Foraging becomes a race against time. Squirrels and mice are more elusive, and the fox sharpens its skills in patience and cunning. It caches surplus food in hidden nooks, a vital insurance for leaner days. The family disperses gradually as older kits seek their own territories, guided by instinct and the subtle cues of the changing world. Winter brings silence and scarcity. The ground hardens and snow cloaks the land. Foxes move with stealth, their prints the only sign of life in a sleeping world. They rely on their acute hearing to locate prey beneath the snow, listening for the faintest rustle of a vole or mouse. Energy is conserved. Every hunt, every meal is precious. The den becomes a sanctuary against the cold, sheltering those who remain. Social interactions are brief but meaningful, focused on survival and the promise of another spring. Through each season, the fox adapts, its keen mind and flexible behavior turning the wheel of survival. In this ever-changing cycle, the fox is not just a survivor, but a master of transformation, forever attuned to the rhythms of the wild.